So, did you ever take your vehicle to get an oil change or have some tire work done, and the sales guy walked up with this little printout slip that says, here's what your battery health is, and they tell you you might have some trouble getting it to start and to charge, and you said, well, not really, because it starts just fine every day? Well, I'm going to show you guys how you can have a horribly failed battery, and your car will still start like normal every day, up until the point that it does not. Okay, climbing on into this heat machine here, starting the engine. See, look at that. Fired right up, no problem. Didn't skip a beat, no slow cranking, none of that nature. I don't know if the audio just caught it, but this thing just went blue, 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 kind of like a throttle blurb that just occurred right after startup. We're gonna get to that in a second. So let's throw this unit in gear here. We've got a 2006 Ford Mustang. It's the GT with the 4.6. And I don't know how many miles are on it because it's telling me something about a fuel level. Let's find out here. Scrolling, reset, clear. How about 55,685.7 approximate miles on the odometer? There we go. So now we got all that clerical work out of the way. Let's nose this thing in, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. We're going to park her right about here. That's good. Parking the auto. And let's power it down. Let's get into our hood area right here, pop in the bonnet. I'm gonna move fast. We're gonna try to do this in one take. That way nobody's gonna go, bro, you just went in there and charged that battery up when we weren't looking. Where's that battery? Oh, there it is, over there in the corner. Okay, so now I made another video on this particular Ford Mustang. We threw some front brakes on it last week. If you wanna see more about this car, I'll leave a link to that video down in this video's description. But anyway, back to the meat of the content at hand here. Again, one take. We're not going to cut off. Come here, you battery tester. Quick, I got to get away from the radio. Copyright. Trying to do this in one cut. Anyway, got a digitized battery tester over here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how your car can crank and crank and crank and start no problem all the time, right up until the moment that it does not. So let's connect this unit. We are powered on. Now, at first glance, it's a 12-volt battery and its resting voltage is 12.16 volts. That's not too bad. This vehicle is rated in cold cranking amps, and it looks like we are at 590 cold cranking amps. So we're going to select battery. It is a lead acid battery. So that's sealed lead acid. Enter. Cold cranking amps, that's where we want to test. And 590, that's our magical number. Scrolling, 590, enter. Look at that, 405 cold cranking amps. Weak battery recharge. Now this is after we had charged it with a trickle charger once upon a time when I had to jump start the thing. So we've got a bad battery here, yet the vehicle seems to start and run every time. Jesse, what's up, dude? How are you, sir?
All right.
Nice to see you, man.
Sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. Let me grab some keys. I appreciate you coming through, man. That's really cool.
That's right. Do you know which cam it is?
Yeah, we're working on bank 2, and I think, see, we had the intake cam, that one stayed. The exhaust cam came out of it. And I think that's the one. Is this the right key? No, wrong one. That's the other one. Yeah, I think it's the exhaust cam on bank 2. I think we lost the magnet. I was going to steal the one out of that white van. That white van's got a cylinder head shaped like a banana. They overheated it. And I got another engine coming on the way, so I was just going to steal the cams out of that and throw it in there if I needed it. Because I know they're $300 a piece used, I think, right? And yeah, they're not cheap. I mean, hell, if you got one out, it's easier. Then I don't have to take another one out. There you go. Yeah, I've got a set, but they're sitting in a pile, and I know that they're junk, so I don't want to risk swapping out a cam with the ones that I have on the shelf back there.
I know we keep You said you already tried this?
Yeah, I did it with my my Apollo D8, the snap-on tool. It said it completed the procedure, but I don't really trust that tool all the time, especially with Chryslers, because
Over 158. Let it warm up for a minute. That's crazy. Yeah, immediately when I heard you say something about jumping time, like this thing it ran too good.
yeah, I wouldn't think it would run this smooth if it was a tooth off, because I figured it would have jumped a tooth at the bottom of the chain, maybe. You know, the tensioner pushed it and it slacked off some and then went. But because I know the two top cams are in time.
You said that it's an exhaust though. You know.
Yeah, I can assume that if we lost the pickup on the cam, it's got to be on the exhaust side, because that's the cam that was out of it, and I think Dave had set it down on his roll cart.
So I need to look to see if we have an exhaust. Because usually when motors blow up over there, we just take the cams out.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this has happened to guys over there, like, happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've read.
As much as I hate to say it. And these motors are, you know, obviously the greatest of phenomenal.
I mean, it's not a Subaru motor, but it's close.
Yeah.
They could have done better on so many things.
They put them in everything, too.
Yeah.
The oil coolers are such junk, too.
Oh, that's one of my favorite jobs. I love it when these things come in leaking oil. Love it, dude.
That's like
what coolers are you guys putting in? Are you putting in the plastic Mopar ones, or did you switch to the aluminums?
Well, 90% of them are under warranty, and we have to use Mopar.
So it's just going to do it again?
Yeah, well,
yep.
And the thing that sucks is because it's under warranty, you have to do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've had some customers that have opted to bring the aluminum ones in, and that's fine. And I if I had one, it's the first thing I'd do.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have you warm it up and everything?
It was warm by the time I got around to that part, because, you know, first thing you do is start checking connectors and make sure that, you know, we didn't leave something off, pinch a wire under a valve cover or whatever. So we went over it with all the...
Was it the front?
Yeah, the front. It's the front.
Which I think technically would be right side, the way Chrysler says it.
It's right side if you're looking at it.
Yeah, from the oil cooler front, it would be your right side.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the first cut of the video. So we got a decent live test on it. And in the 6 minutes I've walked away, we've come down. Let's test it again. Look at that. Now we're down to 12 volts. So the battery is discharging as we sit here. Let's test it one more time. 4 cranking amps, blah, blah. Back up to 410. Okay. So let's do the same test on another battery tester. And we'll see how this one comes out. I mean, we could load test it and all, but that's not really gonna, it's just gonna drop low voltage and the tester's gonna beep, and then that's that. Anyway, so this one says we're sitting at 11.99 volts. Enter battery test, regular flooded. Is that a regular flooded or is this an AGM? That actually makes a difference. I don't see, AGM is a absorbed glass mat, something like that. I don't think this is an AGM. I mean, they're pretty close in performance, so it's not going to be a huge difference. I'm just going to test it flooded like the other one. CCA, 590, that's what we're looking for. 580, 590. Testing, power low. Power is too low to test. Testing anyway, see what it does. Testing, testing, waiting, testing, come on, man. Still waiting. There we go, battery test, 42%, 382 cold cranking amps, charge is at 0%. It's sitting at 11.98 volts. Internal resistance is up a little bit. And it says test after recharge. Well, we've already done a recharge on it, because the other day when I was in here doing the front brake job and the rear brake job on this unit, we put this battery on the trickle charger, and brought it up to a full charge. So basically, the point of this demonstration was to educate folks on battery failures and how you can have a bad battery, but your vehicle still functions and operates as designed. And it will. It'll start pretty much every time. You're very rarely going to enter into a scenario where you as the operator are going to notice a diminished performance while cranking. You know, back in the day, the starter motors required so much torque and so much electricity to turn the engine over that if you had a low battery, it would be like, it just cranked very slowly. The newer modern engines, they don't really exhibit those symptoms as much as the older stuff used to. So your car is most likely just going to start and run and fire up every time you hit the key, up until the day when you pull up at the grocery store, you go inside, you buy a bunch of stuff, you come out, you hop in, you hit the key, click, you click, 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 and it does absolutely nothing. And that's when the battery gave up the ghost, and now you're stranded with a bunch of groceries in your cart. So the reason, again, I would like to just advocate on some of those, what do you want to call them, service desk side battery upsells, for lack of a better term. That's when the guy comes up and says, hey, we tested your battery and it's not doing so well. And what you want to do is you want to look at that test, look at those numbers, make your own decision. But when they start to fail and they fail the digital test, one of these days they're going to leave you kind of stranded. So what we're going to do is pop this battery out, throw the new one in there real quick like. I'm not going to clean up these terminals, and I know I normally do that, but these ones are like heavily greased with some corrosion preventative stuff. And I'm just not messing with it because there's no corrosion, so it's working. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're just going to pop these terminals off. 8mm for the wedge and the strap. Battery coming out. New battery going in. So let me go fetch. We need an 8, an 8, and another 8. We need the ocho. And on this occasion, we get the wobbly ocho. It wobbles, so you know that it's good. So what we need to do here, we set you guys down for a momento. No tripods today, we're just doing this old school style. Didn't mean to do that. So I'm not sure why, but the little wedge block on these also has the strap going over it. It's a Ford thing. Don't know why they do that. Does anyone else know why? I don't. But if you do know, let me know in the comment section down below. That was a little too far, but whatever. Come out. I am gonna hit the inside of these up with like a wire wheel though, just to clean up that contact surface, because that's a little grody looking. It's kind of corroded and not pretty. Come off. There we go. Just lay that aside over there. You're not hurting anybody. You stay out of the way. It's not working. Shove it back there behind the intake. And let's see, the little insulating blanket. What do you guys think? Should I put this back? Because it is sort of insulating, or is it just nasty and needs to go away? Decisions. What do I do? Do I put this back or do I throw it out? I am going to make a decision here. I am going to choose to throw this insulation blanket away and get rid of it. I'm not gonna put that back. That's flipping useless. If that's a problem, and I'll tell my customer that I threw this away, and if they would like to get a new one, we can do that, but that's just junk. I don't want to keep it. So let's go over here and fetch the battery. Now, like I said, this is all pre-planned and organized because we were checking out this car earlier. So you guys help me pick this battery up, bring it over to the vehicle. Heavy. It's a plastic box full of lead. And I did get a Motorcraft battery as well. Figured it was the most Ford-like possible here. Here, let's get this drop down into the tray. There we go. So we shove that back in the corner. We take our wedge. So, yeah, the strap doesn't really hold the battery down. It's this wedge that does it. So I don't get it. I know I repeat myself a lot. It's what I do here. That is the way. Okay. Moving into forward motion. Wedge is wedged in position. See, that battery is in good and tight condition. Let me go find a little wire wheel just to kind of brush these terminals out, and we'll slap it back together. And then we'll retest it. Now, I have not put that battery on a charger since I got it. That's just, it is the way that it came. So I don't know how it's gonna test, but we are gonna find out. A little bit of wire brush action so we can make this battery nice and shiny-ish. So all I gotta do here is get this guy kind of sped up here and shove it in. That is super nice and shiny. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we'll do the same thing over here on the camera gravity. Over here on the negative side. Beautiful. So now we can make good contact. We're not going to trigger the interwebs just yet. Hang on here. Put the positive one on first. There we go. And then negative. Beep. Guess the horn's powered up. That was the vehicle systems coming online. Gave us a horn honk. Okay. Oh my God. There we go. So now I need to go back over to where I put my testers because I need to throw the tester on that new battery just for the sake of science. Definitely for science. I brought both. Sure, why not? We'll test it with both for science. And in the meantime, I have a battery tester necklace. Come here. Come out, you stupid thing. All right, testor. So look at there, 12.57 volts resting. And this battery, again, also a 590 cold cranking amp. Battery 590. Test it out at 770. How about that? That's way better than 400 and some change. Way more better. So let's hit it with the other tester just for the sake of science here. Get rid of that one. Check connection. It knows. There we go. Check connection. I did not do a good job. Trying again. Come on, topped on tool thingy. Enter. Cold cranking amps 590 again. Testing, 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 testing. And this one came out 722 cold cranking amps, 12.55 volts. It's 92% charged. Internal resistance 4.15, not mega ohms, milliohms. Last time I misspoke when I talked about battery resistance. That's milliohms, not mega ohms. And it's rated at 590. So we went from a 7 point something milliohm resistance to down to 4. So that confirms that this battery did, that one did have internal issues. There was corrosion built up on the plates. The battery could not do its electron storage assignment as designed. Therefore, it's on the ground, new one's in the car. So guys, let me know what you think about this battery replacement in the comment section down below. Have you ever walked up to the sales desk at a shop and they gave you the laundry list of things that you needed? Have you ever declined a battery service because it felt like an upsell and then shortly thereafter your car didn't start? Let me know about your experiences. Again, comment section down below. Do not forget to tap that like and subscribe button while you're down there. Before I go, I would like to remind each and every one of you guys to have yourselves a fantastic day. I will see you on the next one, in a video, in a battery, in a Mustang, in a transmission.